and I know I'm going to get some flack from you guys, but listen to me and hear me out before you ask me the question about it. I believe in allowing a little bit of a cheat on this exercise, and here's why. You're going to take your bar out, and in using very strict form, which I am a big believer as a physical therapist. I don't want people injuring their shoulders. I don't want people injuring their elbows. So I'm very conscious of this. But if you want to get bigger biceps, you have to focus on the negative portion of this exercise. So if I were to go very strict rep, I pull it straight up, and I come down slow. Okay? So that's the pace I will always do my bicep curl exercises at, with a straight bar. Up here, down, straight, slow, fight it, 3, 4, 5 seconds. Now, when I start to get tired, I'm going to allow a little bit of a forward lean and a lift, but at that point, I want you to stop it perpendicular here where you're straight up and then continue the curl. So it will look something like this. Down here, up, and then down, slow. Okay? You don't see me go here and then all the way back here. You don't see me pass that perpendicular point. Alright? So you want to get your curl, come up to here, stop it, and then allow you to get into another negative rep. Next, I jump right up onto the chin-up bar. I call this like my bicep chin-up variation. I can get real close in here, or I can try to keep a 90-degree angle right here, which will really start to work my biceps, because it's almost like doing a curl up top. We know that the biceps also flex the shoulder. They don't just flex the elbow, but they bring the shoulder up too. So when you're in this position, you really, really are flexing the biceps as much as you can. So I come up to about here, okay? And then I come down. And I curl it up again here. So it's like doing a curl in midair. Hold, down. Remember the negatives. Up, and down. Hold up top, and work it down. Alright? About 8, 10 reps. But working on that negative. For me, the negative is what builds the biceps up, among other parts too. But for this particular muscle group, negative exercise really work. Then I go to my tubing. Now I like to do high rep tubing because I generally stick to lower reps when I'm doing heavier weight on the curls or these body weight pull-ups over here. But what I'll do is grab tubing, and I'm going to explain a real cool thing about the tubing that you may overlook. I'll do, again, a pretty decent tempo here, but focus on 30, 40 reps. You'll see, even here, I'm starting to get worn out, and I probably have another 20 reps to go. But I'm hitting a high rep zone because I've been working low reps a lot. And the tubing. Now, one thing I want to point out why you always want to do tubing. Because there's different strength curves when you do a barbell and a tubing curl. I'm going to explain it to you real quick. When you do a barbell curl, this is easy. This position is simple, right? The waist is hanging here. I can hold that for a long period of time. As I start to lift it, it gets very difficult. This is the hardest part when you're doing a barbell curl, to hold the weight. Right here with gravity pushing down 100%. When I get it up to the top, it's easy again. I could carry that bar around like this at least for a few minutes. Okay? With the band, it's different. With the band, it's easiest at the bottom again. But as I start to curl up, it gets harder, 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 all the way to the top. So now, the strength curve for the band looks like this, and it keeps getting harder to the top. The strength curve for this goes like that, hardest in the middle, and it drops off as I get to the top. So if I want to get that high end, I got to be able to do both tubing and barbell curl with free weight. So it's very important to cover both aspects of that. And then what I basically like to do to reinforce that again is work on something I call a dead arm curl. If I do my curls, right, it's easy at the top. Right here I can hold this forever. Change the position. I do this a lot with my baseball players. I call these my fielder curls. Get them into a fielding position like this, right here, and I have them curl from there. Okay? So basically, they're in a fielding position. I might even have a guy like David Wright, slide and curl to add some movement to it. But let's just say we're doing our dead arm curl version. I'm here. My back is in a good solid position. I'm curling up. Hold at the top. Now it's the hardest at the top. So that modification, if I stood up, it's simple. If I come right here, it's very difficult. So just that modification alone really makes this version of the curl a lot more difficult. And again, slow it down on the negative. Just 4 exercises. You don't need to kill your biceps, guys. You only need